So IMB is well known globally as a leading research institute, formed out of a vision to actually create drugs for diseases afflicting mankind. I actually don't think IMB has deviated from that mission.
So we've got chemists in the same building as biologists, structural biologists, geneticists, all of these things, and you often need all of these disciplines to solve a real-world problem.
It was the first of the institutes. CSIRO and the university decided to create a joint venture, a large research facility with capacity for about 600 or 700 scientists. John Mattick and Peter Andrews persuaded the state government to provide some $80 million, if I remember correctly, over 10 years as operating funds.
One of the key factors in the development of IMB was a conversation that John Mattick had with the then Premier Peter Beattie, talking about the translation or the necessary transition from a rocks and crops economy to a knowledge-intensive economy.
The reason why society invests in universities and research institutes is to create knowledge, but also to use that knowledge to create new industries. And so that was our dream, to put the two together. The then Premier Peter Beattie decided to back the institute by giving it core funding for 10 years. Which enabled us to not only operate without financial stress on the university, but also to attract more gifted people and, to spread the intellectual and technological wings.
The reality for us is we had some of the smartest and best brains in the world, but we weren't commercialising that research terribly effectively.
Government is essential to the work that we do because we need that engagement with the public sector and also the public health system.
We had one of the best universities in the world. We wanted to establish one of the best institutes, and that's what IMB was all about.
The Queensland Bioscience Precinct, I think, has really become a benchmark laboratory design building in Australia. The large, open, flexible space where teams could co-locate, where they could optimise sharing of instrumentation and equipment was a relatively new idea.
We can't all be experts in everything. So we collaborate with other people in the building and collaborators from everywhere to bring together all the technologies we need to answer a question.
If you want to find a new cure, you need to address that question through different prisms. And IMB does that by bringing different disciplines together, by bringing people with different expertise and creating the right set of opportunities for them to answer those questions.
One of IMB's biggest strength is the diversity of its researchers. We have people who work on human data, on bacteria, plants, spiders, all under one roof.
We can walk between floors and talk to world experts in genomics, cell biology, drug discovery, and bring these ideas together in creating discoveries that are actually impactful for knowledge gain, but also to society.
It takes more than a person to make a drug. It takes a village, basically. Having that support and infrastructure has been very critical for the benefit of either research or to the patient population.
IMB was created as an institute that was going to be doing important fundamental research in molecular bioscience, but importantly was going to try and translate that for human benefit, and I think we've succeeded on that front.
We want to translate our findings, we want them to be moving into industry or the clinic and really improving people's lives.
The continued contact with industry really helps us inform exactly how we go about our commercially focused projects and how we design those projects in order to be able to package them up for example, licensing to industry.
At IMB, we have some of the world leaders in genomics research, and we have very strong collaborations with clinicians to ensure that the research we're doing is going to have the greatest impact to the patients.
People that are directly engaged with consumers and with patients helps bring a bit of reality and also some practicality to the things that we're discovering to ensure that there's a real pathway toward impact.
We've created, I think at this stage, something like 20 spin-out companies, and that's a really fantastic achievement.
Fostering the next generation of scientists is one of the most important parts of the job, and it's also one of the most rewarding parts of the job. I think it's our role to develop them into an independent scientist and then sort of set them free on the world where they can then go and make an amazing difference.
So I think we've done a good job of creating sort of the next generation of science leaders in Australia, and I think to some extent that's going to be a really important part of IMB's legacy.
We really are the best equipped institute in the world for doing what we do, and it's just been a fantastic experience for me to be involved in that for the last 25 years.
Philanthropy is important in many areas, and I think if you've been successful in any form in life, you have a responsibility to give back.
It's so important that we support women through philanthropy for their careers in science. We set up the Women in Science and Technology Fund, which I donate to, and we help women at every career stage.
Directly funding research in underrepresented groups, but also ensuring diversity amongst the researchers that are driving the research.
There is this gap between making an important discovery and having it ready for commercialisation, that valley of death we call it in drug development. And that's where philanthropy can be really important.
The Heart Foundation has played an absolutely critical role in my career development here at the IMB by providing philanthropic support to enable me to make the discoveries that I've made in the last 10 years and to build my research programs.
I don't think you can measure the sense of satisfaction you can achieve by being part of an organisation that improves the quality of health of the nation, ultimately, I guess, the world.
Certainly, I would say well done for the last 25 years. It's something that transcends both sides of politics. It's something that all Queenslanders can be proud of. It's something that will be able to provide a future for our scientists, our researchers and our clinicians right here at home in Queensland.
I would say to all IMB staff, those who were there 25 years ago, those who are there today, thank you. Thank you because you are the future.
Congratulations on the achievements and breakthroughs you have had, and particularly in areas where you've been able to commercialise scientific breakthroughs, research, which have brought immediate health results to the community.
They are arguably, in fact demonstrably, I think, the best at translating that research of any institute in the country. So I think they've done a fantastic job over the past 25 years.
It's a stunning success. I think Ian Henderson is an outstanding leader, and he has continued the tradition that we tried to start. This is a place of truly gifted individuals, and it's very gratifying, in fact surprising to me, how spectacularly successful it has become, and what a great asset it is to this city, this state and this nation.
There are patients who are waiting. They are waiting for those cures for their disease, and that's what we need to be focused on. But we've done it well, and we need to keep doing it.